I get you back.
Yeah, I know you will.
Wait till you say time.
How much time we got left, Jamie?
Wait, just stand right here so it don't run.
Rush
everything in there. Rush everything in there. Don't go slow. Breathe ASAP.
Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. You got this.
Breathe. You gotta breathe.
Get in there. Go ahead and get in there.
Man, Terence Crawford's camp right now don't even look like regular training. Look like a science lab got dropped inside a boot camp. Dude up in Colorado Springs breathing that thin air like he's sparring with oxygen itself. While most fighters just hit the bag, Bud out here shadowboxing gravity, mean mugging the altitude like, yeah, you can fold before I do. The way he moves, it's different. Crawford trains like somebody owes him money, and the heavy bag's got the receipt taped to it. Every camp he's in, you can see him leveling up, like he's downloading new patches straight into his DNA.
I don't want to overtrain because me personally, when I go in the gym, I give my all, and I don't want to burn myself out.
3.5 comma ring, IQ 9.9. It's like he's updating the software of a fighter nobody's figured out how to hack. And that's the scary part. He ain't just building muscle, he's sharpening that mind. Bud studies opponents like your auntie studies soap operas. Every gesture, every pause, every pattern. He don't need no remote because the story already plays in his head, and he's seen the ending before the other guy even steps in the ring. The vibe coming off him right now? It ain't preparation for just another fight. It's preparation for a puzzle nobody's solved yet. He looks like he's grinding to answer questions Canelo might not even be ready to ask. Crawford's in that zone where the body is forged like steel, but the mind is wired like a chess grandmaster.
And Terence Crawford is so damn durable and good and athletic that even when they're landing it, he's okay. And a lot of times, he kind of make them miss. Or he'll give them his face like Sugar Ray Leonard, love him to death, and he'll step back.
And when those two connect, altitude-tested lungs, iron focus, and fight IQ turned up to 100. You don't just face Terence Crawford, the boxer. You face Terence Crawford, the problem. Every move out of Crawford right now is sharp, deliberate, and mean.
There we go. Good jab. Good jab. There we go. There we go. Straight off over going to the combination.
That ain't sweat, that's Flory.
There we go, Skip.
That ain't sweat, that's Flory.
Like he ain't sparring another fighter, he's sparring with time itself. You see the focus in his eyes, that cold, calculated look that says, I already know how this movie ends. I'm just letting y'all catch up to the plot. And then Sean Porter, a man who stood toe-to-toe with him, steps out the gym and says, yo, I've seen Bud before, but this Bud, whole different animal.
I think Crawford's going to get the job done. I am officially picking Crawford to win this fight. It is still 50-50, but obviously...
he says that till he goes to Canelo.
I'm obviously going to say that this is a 64.
That's not some random fan talking. That's a former world champ giving you the scouting report. If Porter says Crawford looks razor sharp and dangerous, then best believe it. That ain't hype.
Dude, kind of like I said about Manny, if anybody can do it, man, it's Bud. He's so smart. The guy's like an alien in there. The way he sees things, the way he pulls the trigger, the game.
That's a straight-up warning label stamped on the fight. This version of Terence Crawford feels less like a contender and more like the final boss of boxing. And if Canelo's the challenger stepping up, he better hope his controller don't disconnect mid-fight, because Bud ain't the type to hit pause and wait. And let's keep it real. When fighters get this locked in, when the training has that haunted, obsessive edge to it, history usually gets written in bold letters. You, me, and everybody else watching better buckle up, because Crawford's cooking something heavy right now, and it smells like legacy on the stove. Meanwhile, across the ring, you got Algieri side-eyeing Canelo, basically saying, champ, where's the fire? You leave it in the locker room next to the Gatorade, and honestly, I felt that. Canelo's usually sharper than a barber on payday, but if he strolls into fight night looking like he just rolled out of a power nap, Bud Crawford ain't just gonna test him. He's gonna rearrange his whole weekend plans, rewrite his itinerary, and send him home wondering what just happened. Because that's the contrast right now. Crawford training like a man possessed, and Canelo being questioned about whether the flame is still burning the same. If both men show up at their absolute best, we might get a fight that lives forever. But if Crawford's locked-in version steps into the ring while Canelo's on cruise control, that ain't a fight. That's a takeover. An anonymous vacationing doctor said he rushed to the scene after hearing screams, but when he got there, he only found Warner's body. That's right. No daughter, no friend, no Baywatch extras splashing around. just one man. So why did news outlets start writing fan fiction about Warner heroically fighting waves while saving 2 people? Anybody who's ever stepped foot on a beach knows drowning ain't subtle. It's loud. Panic, flailing, desperate cries for help. Yet this doctor described finding Warner like he was some shadow drifting beneath the surface. Quiet, eerie, almost staged. And the strangest part? As soon as this testimony surfaced, the story suddenly shifted. Almost like they needed to bury his version before it could spread. That's the oldest play in the elite handbook. Erase the inconvenient eyewitness. Flood the press with noise. Keep the chaos. But then Algieri pulled the classic, "I still lean Canelo though." Like he couldn't bring himself to break boxing's golden rule. The big man usually eats the little man. And sure, we've heard that sermon 1,000 times. But let's be honest. Sometimes the so-called little man shows up like a pit bull on double espresso. Jaw locked, eyes blazing, flipping the script so hard the old heads choke on their cigars. That's Bud Crawford. He doesn't just fight you, he dissects you like you're a Sudoku puzzle he's solving between rounds. That's what makes this matchup insane. It's not just man versus man, it's styles colliding at the highest level. Canelo, the power-punching tank, legacy dripping off him like gold chains, built to walk guys down and break their will. Crawford? He's the chess master who treats the ring like his living room. Shifting stance, setting traps, making world champions look like they just downloaded the demo version of boxing. Algieri's right about one thing though, perception don't mean squat when the bell rings. That's the moment the barbershop arguments, the ESPN hot takes, and the tired big man versus little man equations get tossed in the trash. So here's the real question. Do we ride with history and say size always wins? Or do we bet on Bud's skill rewriting the textbook? Personally, I'm not interested in safe math. I'm here for the chaos. Forget the calculator, forget the Vegas odds. I want to see if Crawford can turn Canelo into a highlight reel victim. Or if Canelo plants his flag and reminds everybody why legends don't fold for fairy tales. And just when boxing couldn't feel any crazier, you got Joe Rogan and the boys cooking on Crawford versus Canelo like it's a barbershop debate with HD cameras and a Spotify contract. I'm watching like, wait, did he just call Bud the best switch hitter since Hagler? That's like saying your grandma's mac and cheese belongs in a Michelin restaurant. Bold, but not entirely wrong. Then comes the Apex talk, Crawford grinding in the UFC gym, kids running around like it's recess, half the room in suits like they wandered in from a board meeting. That's Bud though, he'll sharpen his tools anywhere. High altitude camp in Colorado? Check. Vegas cage at Apex? And if boxing's gonna keep tossing wild cards like this, then we might as well keep the gloves laced up 24/7. One night you got Bud training like he's sparring with gravity. Next night it's Canelo flexing like a tank with gold rims. And before you can even blink, everybody's arguing over who's about to rewrite history. That's the beauty of it, right? That's why I'm here. That's why you're here. We don't just watch boxing, we live in the chaos. So now the question's in your corner. Are you rolling with Canelo's legacy muscles, the power, the pedigree, the man built to crush myths? Or are you betting on Bud's chessboard mind, the switch-hitting tactician who turns world champions into case studies? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't just watch from the bleachers, step in the debate. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button for Boxing Headquarters, where the breakdowns hit harder than a liver shot and the fight talk stays sharper than Crawford's jab. Because if boxing's serving up history in the making, we're serving the play-by-play with no fluff, no filter, just the real.